couple months ago, I shared a video talking about kind of a career update, and then I think I made a separate video that was kind of a gear update, but that video was more of a question about asking you guys what you think. Well, anyways, this is the update to both of those videos. If you have or haven't seen both those videos, basically, I got a full-time job back in March. I started at a production company called Fourth Floor Creative in my hometown. I'm their director of production, in-house DP. So I DP their shoots. I'm in charge of rentals, gear, equipment, all that kind of stuff. It's been great. But obviously that means that if that's my full-time job, then freelancing has very much been put on the back burner. So gear and me owning gear to the scale of even a freelancer or a small production company is very much not as necessary. So this video is basically an update on what I personally own as a independent freelance creator on the side, independent freelance cinematographer on the side. Again, all this asterisk is on the side because I've got a full-time job. So yeah, running through what I own. Obviously, I kept pretty much all the things I think I said I was going to keep. So I've still got an FX6. I've got a whole bunch of Sigma lenses. I've got a Sigma 24-70, a 70-200, 20, 35, 50, and 85 primes. I've got, all the accessories for all those things for that camera. Got some aperture lights and some Amaran lights and like 400X, some tubes, and just a bunch of like an audio kit, a tripod, general other camera stuff, small lighting, very much like an independent filmmaker type kit. Well, I want to tell you about some swaps that I made, some purchases, some sales, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff, because that's the real meat of this, is like what I've kind of finalized on. And the more exciting parts of this video are going to be my like kit now. The first thing I'll tell you about is the camera I'm shooting on now, which obviously, you're a camera snob, so you can tell this is no way, shape, or form FX3 footage. It's actually the brand new A7 IV footage. I sold my FX3 to someone who had interned at Fourth Floor. So they had been working there. They're actually going out to California to start another job, and they were interested in my FX3. So I sold it to them and took the money from that to buy an A7 IV. I got an amazing deal. Don't really know logistically how this worked on B&H's end, but basically I found a used deal for a used A7 IV and a used, I guess it was just like bundled as a kit, but the like kit lens, the 28-70 Mark II or whatever, usually that bundle goes for $3,100, I believe, and I bought it used, and it was like B&H condition 9 or whatever, so like little to no wear, for $2,600, which is $500 off. I then sold the lens with my FX3 for an additional $150. So that means I basically paid $2,450 for the A7 V, which, by the way, I opened it and it was literally still wrapped as if it was brand new. Spotless, not a single smudge on the screen. Like, it looked, if you would have told me it was brand new, I would have fully believed you. I think it might have been. I don't know why it was listed as used. Anyways, great deal, super cool, profited, and like, for Bcam and YouTube stuff, the A7 V is going to be more than enough. It's been fantastic. Now I have a photo camera. That was kind of my goal, was to be able to do more photography stuff while still maintaining a decent Bcam. So in my mind, A7 V and FX3, like, for my purposes, are pretty much just equal across the board for what I need video-wise, and then for photo, like, big upgrade. So that was the biggest one, was selling the FX3, and now I have an A7 V, and again, for all intents and purposes, basically the same, except I profited a little bit and I can do better photos now. The other big purchase I made this a while ago. I say a while, a couple months. I sold my 700X that I had, and I bought a small HD Cine 7. It has been great. I love it. It was kind of an impulse buy, but then I was using it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to like test it out, and if I really like it, then I'll keep it and sell my Pyro 7. But if I don't, then like I'll just stick with the Pyro 7 and it'll be fine. Well, I used it on one shoot and was like, holy cow, this monitor is insane. Got to keep it. So I actually still haven't sold my Pyro 7 yet. I've got one. It includes the antennas and the D-tap to DC barrel power cable. If you're interested, reach out to me. I am open to shipping it as it's been listed on Facebook Marketplace for a while and I've gotten no hits. So yeah, that's my update. I bought a small HT Cine 7. I love it. It's amazing. And it is now living on my FX6. What else have I bought? I bought a DZO Arcana anamorphic lens. I posted some stills on my Instagram, and then I also did a lens test on my YouTube. I did buy that lens, so I own that now. 45 mil T2.1 1.5x anamorphic lens. It's amazing. This, I don't want to call it an impulse buy, but I had seen Project Hail Mary a couple weeks before I bought it, if that tells you anything. So I have yet to actually shoot anything on it besides those lens tests, but I will be developing a project hopefully in the next couple of weeks/months that I will shoot entirely on that lens because I need to force myself to use it so that I don't just have an anamorphic lens just so that I can, in theory, recreate Project Hail Mary. Anyways, what I sold for that was just a couple other odds and ends. I've got some V-mount batteries I'm still trying to sell. I bought a Aperture 80C, and I sold my Amaran 300C. It's a lot more nimble. I can power it via V-mount, and I got the Fresnel attachment for it, so it's a much more nimble light than the 300C was. I've got my 400X as a key, so I'm very much trying to minimize my lighting kit, which has been good. And then the last thing I bought is not really a officially branded as like a filmmaking tool, and I didn't fully buy it as a filmmaking tool, but I've had it for about 72 hours and I love it. I know a few other video people have them and use them, and I've been loving it, and it's the One Wheel. I bought the One Wheel XR Classic and have been riding it around my neighborhood, and I'm probably about to go for a ride right after this, and I love it. I am still in the process of getting really good at it so that when I take a really expensive camera out on it, I'm not worried about dropping it and breaking it, that being the camera. But once I'm really good and I feel confident, I will take like my A7 IV out and shoot some stuff. And then once I'm feeling really, really good, then I will probably take my FX6 and maybe, even more expensive than that. But yeah, loving the One Wheel. It's been super fun. I went out for a ride the other day and just had earbuds in and the sun was shining and I like got so much joy out of it, which really has kind of been the crux of this whole thing. Has just been, sorry for the computer noise, has just been me wanting to find more joy and less pure value and optimization from my gear. I want it to be optimized and I want it to be valuable and good return because it is an investment. But really with this kit swap, I was like, okay, I work for a company that will buy/rent whatever we need for our jobs. So I really just need to own the stuff that's fun and helps me make the passion projects that I want to make. Like the FX6 is going to be more than enough for any side gig that I get. And if not, I can borrow cameras from work. I can rent stuff. Like that is no longer really a consideration for me. It's really what do I want to have and to make the stuff I want to make. And also like, do I want to ride a One Wheel around my neighborhood? Absolutely. So that is kind of the update on my kit. Bullet points. Sold the FX3, got an A7 IV, sold some of my bigger lighting fixtures, and got an anamorphic lens to get some new looks, and got a One Wheel to have some fun. So yeah, that's the gear update for you gear nerds who care, me being one of them. And thank you for checking out this video. I've been really enjoying the new kit that I have, the lighting kit being more nimble and just kind of living in that, vibe space of making what I want to make. It's been great. So thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. I make video content, cinematography content. Sometimes I just ramble, kind of what today was, but I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you on the next one. See you guys.